Hi love, it's Dulcie and welcome to day 3 of your best year yet. And of course, happy New Year's Eve. So, today is our play day and it's a deliberate pause in the middle of the challenge. We're going to take a break from the workbook because joy deserves a place in this process too. And honestly, there's no better day to talk about play than New Year's Eve, which has to be one of the most performative days of the entire year. Some people absolutely live for a big New Year's Eve. They thrive on the countdown, the crowds, the glitter, the organised fun. I love that for them, truly. I am just not one of those people. I've never been a big crowd, midnight kiss with strangers type person. I used to feel a bit lame about that, like not having a raucous New Year's Eve story meant I was completely flopping in my 20s and early 30s. But eventually I realised that the version of New Year's Eve that actually feels like me is the cozy one, the snuggled up one, the I'm inside watching other people celebrate on TV one, the I have snacks and I'm under a blanket with someone I love one. And honestly, it's perfect. I love it. I look forward to it. It feels like coming home to myself. And that's the thing about play. When it's real, it feels like returning to yourself. When it's performative, it feels like squeezing yourself into a shape that doesn't fit. Now, if I'm honest, this year has had long stretches where play slipped out of my life entirely. Not deliberately, just gradually. You know, one deadline here, one family emergency there. One season of burnout creeping in around the edges, and suddenly weeks, maybe even months had passed without anything that felt energizing or silly or absorbing or joyful. And when play disappears, the impact shows up everywhere for me. My thinking gets narrower, my stress tolerance drops, my creativity gets quieter, my sense of possibility shrinks, and I become someone who is technically functioning but not really alive. At least not in the way I want to be. There's a phrase I once heard, and I wish I could remember who said it, but they said, when people stop playing, they don't become more responsible, they become more brittle. And boy, oh boy, did I feel that at points this year, like deeply. That brittleness shows up in different ways. For me, it's irritability, exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix, a flatness in my emotional landscape, a sense that everything feels heavier than it should. And science backs this up. This isn't just me being a bit woo-woo. The researcher Stuart Brown, who spent decades studying the role of play in childhood and adulthood, found that play is not frivolous. It's not decorative. It's not something that you earn only after you've been productive. Instead, he says that it is biologically essential. And that when we stop playing, we don't become more focused, we become more stressed, more rigid, more anxious, and less capable of handling life. Play is a system reboot that restores perspective. It's where imagination lives, it's where your nervous system recalibrates, and it's where joy breaks through. And play doesn't have to look like running around or pulling out an art and crafts box. Play has many shapes. Stuart Brown calls them play personalities, which I'll talk about properly in today's newsletter because it gets wonderfully nerdy. But broadly, people tend to find play through things like movement, creativity, exploration, storytelling, humor, curiosity, or connection. So if your idea of play is dancing in your kitchen, perfect. If it's reorganizing your books by color, also perfect. If it's trying a new recipe, wandering aimlessly, building something, or watching something that makes you laugh until you snort, again, perfect. And if your idea of play is sitting in bed with a colouring book and a hot chocolate, wonderful. If it's sending voice notes that make your friends cackle, also wonderful. The point is not how you play, the point is that you let yourself do it. And because today is New Year's Eve, a day loaded with expectation, pressure, comparison, and sometimes forced celebration, play can become a small act of rebellion. So here's your tiny invitation. Do one thing today that brings the smallest glimmer of joy back into your body. It doesn't have to be big or impressive, just a flicker of joy will do. So you could put on a song that reliably makes you dance like a chaotic kitchen goblin. You could watch a clip that always makes you laugh. You could try something tiny and new, maybe a different topping on your toast or an unexpected combination of clothes. You could send someone a meme that would get you fired if HR saw it. Or you could simply let yourself enjoy something you already love, but without guilt or apology. And if today feels heavy for you, if you're lonely, grieving, overwhelmed, disappointed, overstimulated, or just not in the mood for fun, please hear me. Play isn't about forcing joy. It's about giving yourself a moment, even just 10 seconds, when you feel the weight lift just a little. That counts. That absolutely counts. If you want to go deeper, today's Substack newsletter is where I explore the science of play, the different play personalities, and how to find the kind of play that actually fits you, not the kind that looks good on Instagram. I think you'll find it surprisingly affirming, especially on a day like today. The link is in the show notes. For now, let yourself have one small spark of joy. That is your whole task for the day. I will see you tomorrow for day 4, our New Year's Day rest reset. Bye.